Let's go bitter and make some money. Flower. I changed my channel. You're putting my pictures and writing bad things. I saw you. Let's go bitter and make some money. Flower.
Welcome to I Am Moss. One of the questions most asked me is why YouTube does not do anything against cyberbullying. Why YouTube does not look into I Am Carol and other negative reactors. Why? Well, that will be our topic today. But let me give you an overview what YouTube does on its best. Well, Ayamara is one the best ever marketers that YouTube had. Is one of the best influencers that has promote YouTube in all the levels, positive, negative, left, right, center, up, down, left, you name it. And then is why the reason why YouTube that not make the tide of the river on his favor. Well, there is history in YouTube, history that you need to understand, that you need also think about and serious think. Well, I am Moss with your usual flavor. If you're new here, please or kindly subscribe, consider subscribe, share, comment, and also leave comments. Your comments are very, very, very interesting and important for me. It makes me bring content like the one I'm bringing today is on public demand. I had many people ask me about why YouTube does not take measures against I Am Carol, Modesta, you name it. Well, if you look, there is many offenders out there in different platforms. It's not only YouTube. But YouTube, because of is a cinematic platform. Facebook is too cinematic, but YouTube is the most usual. You can see there is a lot of fake profiles, fake materials, to extend even people with very dirty agenda and ideas. We can say from political reasons, extremism. And from religion side, also theories that very divisive, deep divisive theories. But when it comes to entertainment, gossip is the most sell out on YouTube. Is a very pockets, are very few, many pockets, not few, many pockets of different YouTubers, reactors, and you name it. And this particular channel I am Moss, we discuss a lot about the Eastern African influencer YouTube comedians. I can call chameleons. But why I talk too much about this particular individual, this influencer? Because he is the biggest African influencer that goes out as an African and marketing YouTube. Basically what he does is marketing YouTube, and many people, they don't understand what he does is marketing YouTube. You don't see any other YouTuber out there do what he does. And many of you never understood why this manager of YouTube in Silicon Valley sent somebody to monitor his activities in his own villa when he arranged a party to celebrate his achievements. Anyway, it is so many things. If you have watched today, his last video today about Jamaican uncle, you can do a very straightforward reflection and understanding how people want to go confluence where this river goes towards this ocean that called Nyambawans. And these people, you could see, offer $1,000 cash, American dollars cash, to an individual, $500, and so much money out there. Not only that, see how Baba Gift, Mama Gift, and others, subscribers and audience around the world, from Canada, United States, Europe, you name places and countries, went to his village and took cameras and donate to the different upcoming YouTubers. So that is the reason why most of you get distracted, because you see empowerment. You see what most Africans been looking, asking, and cry for help from the diaspora brothers and sisters. And that help came to a cost, even to a degree of a pain and uncertainty. So that's why we never understood I am Carol. We never understood this group of haters that focus only in particular and deepest on what's happened in Villa Medellin. So this latest video of Ayamara, that we're gonna see some reaction, and a very nasty reaction from I am Carol. I could say it's gonna be those reactions of I am Carol never ever seen. We're gonna see words we never had it. How she will felt so unwise that Jamaican uncle has brought up to those Nyambuwanzi boys. Unfortunately, some have been left out because their own character and behavior. Those is gonna be Sergio the Traveler, the bigger loser, Max One, Ernest, Masubuan, and few of them. I can say it in advance and with great pleasure those gifts are not been designed for those particular people. And that particular moment in time was designed for just who you will be identified as a potential. Like this Burundian gentleman that was in the village, that he got his first life a Pro 11. Was wise what the Jamaica uncle done? Well, let's explore today a conversation. Let's look in this conversation like this river flows and how the ocean looks like. Yes, indeed. Let's do that. Well, to understand I am Carol, you need to navigate these murky waters of YouTube archives and understanding why a psychopath person focus so much on one particular person, and what is that person have to do that makes that person attract. Well, I don't know if you heard about maniac, the meaning of the word maniac. I don't know if you heard about prostitution. Some people, when they hear the word prostitution, they relate this word to sex. No, there is different kinds of prostitution, but also there is what they call the mental illness, disturbance, instability. Somebody that's not is secure, somebody that feel threatened or finds a niche, a weakness somewhere, because has done and try once, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then it didn't find a barrier to stop, and then you say, okay, here is what I'm going to do and how I'm going to work with this. And that is the earliest days of I Am Carol. This woman has explored YouTube in a way where she realized on the beginning, earlier day, where she could talk to I Am Arwa, that the message that I Am Arwa sending out there was, if I can do it, what about you? If I can do it, what about you? You can do it. The only thing you need to be creative. You need to make it work for you. And that is what I Am Carol done exactly. Who is the mentor of I Am Carol? Is I Am Arwa, who brought YouTube to Kenya to be so powerful and strong tool that most Kenyans today, they want to be YouTubers. Well, I have spoken in my earlier video about the Yahoo boys. Yahoo boys are from, it seems like there is a small problem here, technical issue that I have to address. Really, there is a technical issue here, needs to be addressed with the camera. I hope you guys now can hear better. Okay, sort it out, the technical issue. We are in the ground of a church, and one of the reasons why I brought you here is to show you here in England, the grounds of a church is a cemetery. Very important figures are here. I have a video and talk about this. But anyway, so I was telling you about these Yahoo boys. I have spoken in my earlier video about Nairobi Chicha, that we'll talk a little bit here on this video also. But I am argumented. I am Carol. But he never realized, was so unconscious, how this will fire back. Not only I am Carol on trending, also saw a niche and explore that niche. But are these people just a simple people? Or these people are a people with a need? There is different kinds of need in a human being. There is a need of satisfaction, and then there is a need of destruction, vengeance, a need of making things go so wrong, where people see you as a power, a sense of power, a sense of determination, the epicenter of know all. You are the focus, the attention. And that attention sometimes can be positive, can be negative. On the earlier days of these reactors, if you hear them or if you look what they are reacting, you find like, yeah, it makes sense what they're talking about. And then you start to realize something is missing. What is really missing? And that is the question. Some of you walk away and just say, okay, this is not for me. This is for really people live loneliness. People that they can't make bread and butter. Or people just they love infuse destruction in other people's mind. And that is all about I am Carol. Is infusing on you a destruction that you don't realize this is something make me thinking in a way that life is not true. It's all about fantasy. So how I put this to you, this theory? Well, let's look when Dim Wango, by the way, I'm not a big fan of Dim Wango, but I now I really consider this woman is another level now. When Dim Wango came to Kenya, I Am Carol does a video, and that particular video, she guarantees, so passionate and so determined that even people got scary and start telling to Dim Wango, please don't go, this is gonna happen with you. JM tours has put a case, there is an Interpol international order to arrest, you're gonna be arrested, this you have to again, you have to pay this and that. Big mistake from I Am Carol. Big mistake, because that video cements the foundation of a new beginning. And that new beginning is when Dim Wango walks at the airport, the international airport, and start laughing and start telling, bye-bye Kenya, my next one, let me show you the world. And there is where you, I Am Carol, made me fan of Dim Wango. Not because I didn't see Dim Wango before, I saw it, and then I don't feel identified with the content at the time. Until that particular video, I looked to the figures, to the statistics, and then I saw something very interesting happening. Was the shift of audience from I am Carol towards Dimwang. And there's an answer for you asking me why YouTube does not react against the haters. Well, it's the metrics, it's the concept, it's the design behind what YouTube does and how YouTube make money. And Dimwang was said that once a video produced a Monaco where every people think about that is the most wealthy place in the face of the earth, is so beautiful, is nice, will stay there and people watch. Every time Monaco name will be research, that video of Dimwang will show, and somehow, somewhere, Africans researchers, they will show to the African researchers in the African diaspora. And they will watch that video, and that video will produce some income for D. And that was the reason of the strategy of the D leaving Kenya, because she already understood. The brother has shown her how it works, how the brother has make high revenues. Like Chef Matiko say, that I am Marwa. Chef Matiko has confirmed in the last 2 videos. And the last 5 videos coming from these people, particularly for Nyambo ones in Kenya, reveals a lot. And positive things as you, a YouTuber or your audience, start to understand that how these people make their money. But also reveals more. There is more. So, by she going to Holland, Switzerland, and Monaco, the strategy shows to I am Carol that she's not a real. She is too fake to be real. Is a psychopath, maniac that drives people to the edge of suicide, social suicide. What I do mean a social suicide. A social suicide is when you segregate yourself for the positive things that life has, of that life shows. You can be better, you can make it and break it. And that is where the human factor fails many times. Is where your question comes again and again and again, because you don't understand the platform how it's designed. Like Facebook, X, that was Twitter, and other platforms out there. They are designed in a such way that end the day, the intelligence services, the EIE, and other research groups out there, they do different medical, psychology, and many. They capture the essence of our behavior, and then they start to create what will be the disaster of humanity. Robots. Today, when you sometimes you make a call to a company or to institutions, our robots answer. When you've been say, follow the prompt number 3, and then you hear a voice give you an instruction. That is years and years and years of study of human behavior, how we react, and that becomes so frustrating these days when we are faced with a situation where sometimes we want to talk to a real human being, and then we can't talk to a real human being because we have transpassed some kind of borders, of limitations to trust ourselves. So, is here on this point of departure where we see a problem with I am Carol. I am Carol, by not being confronted on earlier days by I am Arwa or others with the truth, with the facts, with reality, she became a master of her own ingenuity of lie. And that built the character of herself. When we see her try to go out there to measure certain things and see how you will react and how you will say. And this is where again we see with Nairobi Chicha. What is called this? This is called the psychotic mania that humans have. Is a behavior that you unaware that you are driving yourself to an unpleasant situation, and that unpleasant situation will not bring you positive results. It might bring you consequences, negative, nasty, and disasters. And this is why people keep in question, what about this? Why this cannot happening? Why is happening this? Why YouTube does not react? Well, we have to blame here the person who creates the content. Why YouTube does not react the videos of Aston Allowen is a pimp. He promotes prostitution. He promotes that the American passport can be used for some kind of pleasures, sexual pleasures around the world, because it's a passport that's given leverage. And that is one of the things I am Carol has found when Ayamara talks about the Kenyan passport. She found that as a negative. And that will incinerate Ayamara's point of view by disseminate an idea that this influencer is not patriotic, does not feel identify with his values of his motherland. And then where it comes the conversation that people consume easily in a such way that find him like a passport bro. That we are going to talk is about the Washington issue. When Ayamara goes to Washington and then have that problem with Ivan. When Ivan felt he was already in touch and control of Ayamara, he had Ayamara in his hands, he could manipulate Ayamara, that Ayamara could share the world, the intrigue world of many things. How Ayamara has managed, achieve, and do it. But the issue, the passport, became an intrigue that many people got misled and misguided. I will give you an example. The passport of the country where I come, Mozambique, does not take me far. Only takes me to cross the border of that country when I'm traveling out of the country. And then after I cross the border, the immigration officer, that passport does not have any value, anything. It's just a piece of paper that you can clean your anus and throw away. But unfortunately, you need to keep it on your return to show that office again, and then we'll ask you where you went. There isn't a stamp. When you're trying to explain to them, say you violate the law. It's not you violate the law. No country around the world see that passport. See that as a toilet paper. Fortunately, Kenya leadership for many, many years, different presidents, has managed to put Kenya on the map. And that is the reason why you see the Kenya passport give you access to some few countries around the world. Does not mean the Mozambique passport does not give you that leverage. Indeed, gives you, but is the problem what that country represents and what is happening in that particular country, Mozambique. When you apply a visa, they will make sure you comply with a series of documents and series of things that you could not even afford to show, because in that country there is not exist a structure that you can have those documentation. Even your birth certificate, they will think that is just you print it out, because the legality of the institutions, the legality on the international level of acceptance, there is no compliance. That's why I am Carol found it in Ayamara a target, an easy target, because it's so open, it's so brutal and real, and to bring the de facto of reality to his audience of challenges of life. So the challenges that Ayamaras face around the world on his travels, I show the youngers that life is possible if you push yourself out of the box. Is what irritates this woman. Somebody show the other Kenyans the world out there is open and waiting for you, and it's possible for you to be out there. By doing that, I am Carol suffering for this epidemic mental, a serious mental issue, found herself so comfortable in a such way nobody could stop her. Well, will be I am Carol stopped? How and when? Well, yes, I am Carol will be stopped. No YouTube, no the laws of cyberbullying, no. Will be a surprise. I have discussed this on my previous video. I have mentioned, I have talked about how John Lennon got assassinated. I can say about many other high-profile figures, plot things and things happening out there, crime. Will Ayamara plot something against her? Impossible. On this latest video, where we see a new YouTuber called Jamaica Uncle, that we should go there, support and subscribe to the channel, because this guy came in open mind and heart to support Kenyans, this Eastern Africa. That's what is make me sometimes feel sad and painful not see this happening Nigeria and South Africa and Zimbabwe and Ghana and Ethiopia and Somalia, not see this happening in another place, because there is no such strong influences like Ayamara. to make this difference, this impact. This is a beautiful area, peaceful and quiet. So here we have a situation where people, humans, they will end react. We have seen Senior Jack reactions. We have seen Prince Podinga. We have seen Miniawi. We have seen a lot of people, positive, left and right and center. We have seen most recent Kung Fu Fanta, where I ask myself, what you want? You don't see, you are just step in the wrong place in the wrong time. You have a very good name to do good and better and grow with something much useful, not gossip, not gossip, not reactions, something where it could make a lot of difference and show us things that they're already happening, and try to show us the perspectives of the future. Say, look, the future might be here. Like the video of Dimwango. This is in Monaco. All the last 3 videos of Dimwango have been very well. Surprise, surprise, Dimwango has grown. And then I show us the beauty of Europe in a different level. And this was a very good move of Dimwango. Revisit Europe and bring Europe to and this new perspective and this new angle of analysis. This was very clever for Dimwango. But is this video of Dimwango also send the waves out there to other YouTubers that content creation requires time, investment, and that is where I am Carol fall short. Not understanding what she does not benefit her 100%. Vice versa. Benefit to those who she criticizes, who she feel empowered, who she thinks she's doing good. But on the end, no, she's tainting a personal reputation as a woman first. She has taken herself out there where if anybody walk around there, you will say, that is that ignorant and stupid person. Because this is what we see in their own videos. These people not being recognized in public. And this is the problem of I am Carol on trending. Not be recognized in public, not be recognized by the media, not be recognized by such important people around the world that can make a life different. She have to fight herself through for everything, even to buy her own underwear. This is true, it's a fact. Even to put a fuel on a car to show off, or to travel to plot against somebody else. There is the problem. Why you need to plot against somebody does nothing, none of your business. Why? Where is the profit? Where's the return? So there comes the problem. The human sense behavior. Is a behavior acceptable, or is a behavior dangerous to the society? there is where the cyberbullying issue should be considered. But how do you consider this cyberbullying issue? Well, we have here a first approach. They call the chalk, like a first punch, is what Aaron Dante done. Have around him lawyers to deal with this matter. When Aaron Dante realized these people, they become abusive, he went and armed himself with the best tools of the law in Kenya to send a message out there. You come after me for no reason, I'll come after you, but and make sure you pay me for every single cent. There is the weakness of Ayamara, that I am Carol is enjoying big time. Why? Ayamara is a goat man, came from the village that explored the world and discover and learn. Even now that with Rocio, he's gonna learn much better. You can see the shift. These days he start to come out from the village, going to town. When Rocio spoke about the diet, the necessary changes on the diet, how important it is to change the diet and feed themselves with something different. The goat boy has come out and accepted. So there is a change that coming, and the Villa Medellin, they're very positive. And I am Carol does not pick. Sometimes I see scenes, things that I say, oh, if this woman pick this, will make a hell of it and drive us crazy. But unfortunately, the capacity of I am Carol negativity is very short wise, very short. Why that is so short is the intention that the woman have. The agenda shows basically she can't reflect on certain issues. I'll tell you something. She could very well make a hell of a reaction from the death of the horse. She could even make a reaction that could drive the animals. Lovers hate Ayamara. She could have driven Ayamara and Rocio to the edge of breaking. Could call them negligent, could call them any other name possible. But it's too late. It's too late. When things are true and too real and sweet, when you see this person sit there and tell you, this video take me 3 days to do it because I could not hold myself together for the love and the passion I had for that animal from the first day I saw it. For the information and small words, but big mean. Telling you what's happening with them. And see the first video of Ayamara breaking the news on his own channel. You see there is somebody laying in the bed. What is normal, not normal, seen from these people. And there shows you how weak I am Carol is. And I am Carol trying time to time to sell you negativity so cheap that when you consume, And you make it the fire more bigger and bigger, because the trend of fans growing on the channels of the positive people or YouTubers grows over sadly. Like, one thing you might didn't know is Guatemala American trip. How that make a huge change. Guatemala American trip is an example that I am Carol should look into. The problem is the blindness of certain reactors, not looking the trending behind the figures. Yes, indeed, they don't look into. They just react on the emotions. He said this and that, that is that, and that is all. Me, I took my time. I went, I look in the figures, compare previous videos, especially with that stupid president of Guyana. That trip he done to Guyana. You might ask, oh, this guy has something against that president of Guyana. I don't have nothing. It's the failure of diplomacy. And then I hate to see brothers and sisters fail big time in front of cameras. And this is the failure I see on I Am Carol, where she could not reflect or learn something positive. Only reacts on the God's sake because that person said something. That is one the thing here. That video of Guatemala shows to him the potential. Him and his wife, they can make a difference. They don't need a big cruise. They don't need so much expenditure to produce a genuine video and have a big audience, captivate people to watch. And here is where I Am Carol does not see herself. Is here where the Night of Chicha does not see herself. Is here where the Kung Fu Fanta doesn't freaking show his face because it's scary. He might get slapped. There is where you have to understand, every time you hear this woman talk or this woman say something, you need take your brush, Colgate, and prepare to clean your teeth, your tongue, because what you are going to be consuming is poison. A poison that can drive you to an heart attack. A poison. Why I say this? Because the audiences, when you look in the statistics, the locations of the audience, the age and the average people watching this are not people of 18 years old. No, they are not 18 years old watching I Am Carol. They are not people between 20 and 25. No, are people above 25. People already have family, people that are unemployed, people that don't have life. Sometimes are retired people, most of them. And there where the problem builds unconscious comes to the fact what is the audience of I Am Carol. Who heard these people who are talking, say, go sister, go say the truth. The ego and the anger of short mind thinking. There where Chef Matiko says, when you sponsor somebody, when you see a story somewhere, somehow around the world, and you want to sponsor, contact that person directly, deal with that person. Don't use 30 parts. Because those 30 parts also, they have a mouth, they want to eat. They have egos, they have feelings, they have frustrations, they have a lot of things in their lives. And there is where you need to start understand something here is wrong, and humans have a de facto that not accepting. Nobody will accept is wrong. Everybody always say, I'm the right person, I'm the right thing to do. We see one of the problems here with the fellow the boy, a parity with I am Carol. When fellow the boy try to bring to our attentions that he have the power to control the money of the donor, the investment of the donor. What fellow boy smoke? What the fellow boy thought? There is a story, very simple story. I'm not going to refer that because it's a bit tricky. One of the YouTubers who donated to somebody in a certain country money, when it came to reality check, the person who was managing that stuff started going around, and then they trick him to fly to the United States of America. And that's why you don't understand when the question was put it out. At the time I engaged with I am Carol, and then I kind of reacted, say, I'm watching you, and yeah, you're trashing my name. B-I-C-H, I do trash your name. You don't deserve respect from anybody. She said she will never put her feet into the United States of America. Why? Because she committed a crime. She knows the YouTube platform is an American platform. And if anybody put a case in court in the United States of America while she's in the land called United States of America, she will never see Mama Kenya or Mama Africa again. She will go dry inside there. There is a lot of proof. Even myself, I have built a big folder. I know much about the Kenya law, and then I sometimes ask why Ayamara, with all this evidence, with all this material, why Ayamara doesn't put this woman in or make money from her. That Ayamara easily can take a couple of millions of dollars, not Chilean Kenya, dollars for I am Carol. And I am Carol thinks that never will come on her. But I can guarantee you there is a movement out there. And that movement already reached Villa Medellin. They have already secretly spoke with even lawyers. They have offered Ayamara, say, look, we can make money here. Just sign the paper. Give us the power of attorney, and let's do it. Let's make money. We can make money. That Modesta just escaped in a brink. Was a case just was built in Qatar against her. Was just a mistake. Nobody pay attention. The detail what why she was there and who was the sponsor. If that detail was captured, Modesta was done. Never saw Africa again. That was the easiest case ever. But anyway, God is God. God knows what he's doing. So, when I'm talking about these things, I think it was Modesta or Black Beauty. I have to review my paper. I think it was Modesta, the fat one, the pig. That fat pig that dance. He stands up and dancing. Yeah. So, these are not harsh words to offend. These are harsh words to represent, not misrepresent, to represent reality and fact of human being behavior. So, let me correct you if you have to go to complaining. I have the rights to react and say it opposite or contradictory to the other side of the story. So, respect. Does YouTube have power to infringe a difference? Yes, indeed. But YouTube also needs to be fair, to understand what is all. How are you going to put this now on, moving forward with I am Carol? This is what we need to ask ourselves. Well, to deal with I am Carol, it's quite a bit challenging to say in public, but I have to say to you, the audience, the viewers, and Ayamara needs to make a first move. Ayamara have to stop to be that naive person, that innocent, that cheap individual that expect everything fell from the skies. Will come a day the skies and the stars will not be there. That is, the doomsday is arriving soon. We see the tensions between the United States of America and Russia. We see clear and evident that the United States is attacking Russia by bombing those petrol refineries in Russia. Was not the Ukrainians. You don't need the rocket science to understand how these strategies realize this, and then how the prices of fuel and petrol change. This is a lesson for you to understand. Is a thing that is here on the YouTube, and this is the answer why I am Carol is enjoy the free speech in this platform. Is when we debate these views, these political hot potatoes, people get emotional and react. That's why the political channels and channels that people comment about politics are huge, are big numbers, are big figures, because there is a lot of contradictions of ideas and values, and say, no, this is happening because these guys are really truly winning, these guys are really strategy, these guys are really doing well. In fact, the reality on the ground is different. There is the niche where I am Carol comes in. When in this war, Ukraine and Russia, there are people with the fake news make you less frightened of the reality that the doomsday never come. They're drunk. Because what will trigger doomsday for Ayamara to finish with I am Carol is the same what will trigger the doomsday for Russia finish with Europe. That is the big question. That is the $1 million question. When we have leader that always comes and bluff about other side of the story, they never think what the other side can make it happening. And this way I am Carol is not seeing where this will come from. And that is when I see the reaction from Mr. Principal Dinga being threatened by the Nyambuan's boys. The people Nyambuans, the people say, oh, you run away from Nyambuans. No. Each human being have their own strategy. The same as politician, religion, and other things are there. They have their own strategies. You grab your own strategic area, and from there you drive your real war, or you attack the enemy. And this is where we are now. Is how Hayamara gonna attack the enemy. Who is the enemy number one? That is the question for now on. Is I am Carol or his own past troubles? Who is I am Carol? Where I am Carol come from? How I am Carol has reached to this point of non-return? Is here where everybody have to stop and start asking these questions. There will be a doomsday, or not? Well, if you say to me, you have seen all in your life, means all, religion, politics, whatever, I will tell you you're wrong. You didn't have seen all. We have a circumstance here, a very serious problem, something that most you have to start ask yourselves, what is the future hold on YouTube? Will YouTube be a place safe, or YouTube will be a place where bullying will be part of the menu forever? Well, bullying in YouTube has been here from day one. That is the concept. And that concept to be changed depends on government. We see most of the channels, television channels from Russia, or many things from Russia, been blocked. United States now want to block TikTok. We saw Gonyo Bolo in Kenya put a case in court against TikTok. We have seen lot, and a very interesting things. Well, we have seen also cases that they went to court based on people comments and people showing off their lives on YouTube, like Ash Papi. That is a serious case. We saw how the scammers and the frauders and the blackmailers from Nigeria today, they are shifted themselves. They are not coming towards YouTube or other platforms to do the scams. They prefer to go lower, the crime, the people in the crime. They are not used. There is a cyber crime out there, a different level of crime. But what is essential here is to reflect on this particular devil or evil woman that calls I Am Carol, and an impact on YouTube for years and years to come. How people are gonna remember her, and people will see her. Well, there's a clear message out there that you can do anything you want, but there is a dynamic behind of anything that you want, and that dynamic is you not be able to understand people are watching you, and people can go mad. And how far people are reaching to go mad? Well, there is I've been explaining to this many times, and those many times is you not be open your mind and try to ask the right question. So please leave comments, ask me the question, pop me. That's what motivates me to do this kind of content and create the expectation that you have. That is where the debate have to start with I Am Carol. I have started the debate already with Night of Chicha, and I have seen your reactions. That's why Night of Chicha came with lives talk about Ayamarwa and the Nyambwan's boys. But what that brought, what that reflects, well, reflects something very interesting. Reflects that he's feeling so much comfortable and so much secure, because he's asking himself if I Am Carol has managed to go to that point and show it and do it in a such way and in such manner, why not me? Well, why not you? Right, good, but how you gonna last? This is the question we have too. how you gonna last, and how much you gonna grow, the statistics, and who are your audience, and how that audience will be there to support you when the stars fall from the sky. Domus Day. Where are the donors? Are the audience prepared to support? This is what I ask myself constantly, every time, every minute. What in reality will happen the day you gonna be challenged, or the day somebody on his own confronts you in public? What will be? How you gonna deal with that? Are you will enjoy the same freedoms of Dimwango enjoys? Are you gonna enjoy the same freedoms that other influencers enjoys? Like the good thing, like Ayamara, when he was in Miami, that Dominican guy, hey, Ayamara, recognize Ayamara 100 meters and go give him a hug and talk. Are you gonna be able to do that? Well, that depends on I am Carol to come to prove and show us she can do it. If she can prove us, she can deal with the public. She can go on the streets of Nairobi. She can go on the streets of Kisumu, whatever place in Kenya, and talk to people the way she does about Ayamara. Why not? That will be great content. That will tell us, will be an indicator that she's been accepted. She will vindicate a reason. We saw this black beauty, whatever, Modesta, the one is now in Nigeria, how she failed in public. How they failed, all them, included on trending, when they went out there with the picture of Ayamara. You need to understand, when you go out there and ask about these YouTube content creators, not everybody in the society will say yes. One of the things I realize is here in the UK, I have done a research, a very interesting research. It cost me quite a lot of money, to be honest, in transport. I went in most of the communities, especially Asians, Africans, Latins. And I had this paper, small paper. I choose 5 YouTubers. I choose African YouTubers, American YouTubers, European YouTubers. And then I ask 2 biggest African YouTubers that trending right now, very strong and powerful, and the other 3 for different countries. And what amazed me was the statistics, data that I managed to collect, that I never realized this could be another study, was the fact that the African community, all African, doesn't matter country, nation, where it comes, African, people with the dark skin, either knows about Ayamara or what Ayamara and Guatemala. That was shock for me, real shock. And then when I look to the Latins, the Europeans, and the Asians, they knew about Kurtz, the South African influencer that lives in Colombia, and somehow, some way, they knew about Ayamara famous video in Colombia.
And I think
Because was the Ayamara video guide them to Kurtz? Because this was the question. When people finish, I ask them, so how did you come across the channel? And then I say, no, I saw this black guy once in this country do these travels and show, and then somehow I end up see this video of this other influencer. So that shows you the difference, how strong and how powerful as an influencer you can become. It's the same the video of Dim Wangu. I was looking for I Am Carol this morning to see just the latest name of a content. And then the first thing popped up was Dim Wangu. And then I said, oh Lord, there you go. We have a bomb to explode right now. And then I watch it. I can tell you that video is amazing. That video show a gap, difference of a short mind and a grow up mind. It shows a Dim Wangu and a different level, and it's so high, so much high, and everything. The look, the dressing, the talking. When I look at who I Am Carol, I find myself, I had to confront myself with a disaster situation. The makeup, the looking, the background, the same monotonous place. Looks like a studio made somewhere in a toilet. And then I say, okay, the message here is clear. The message here is straightforward. Therefore, guys, this is